Snow White and the Evil Queen. And that.
Alright, let's dive into the latest Hollywood drama that's got everyone talking. So here's the scoop. Brett Cooper, the conservative star from The Daily Wire, has stepped into the role of Snow White, taking over from Rachel Zegler. This switch-up has sparked a ton of buzz, and you guessed it, controversy. People are definitely picking sides on social media about this one.
Bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1930s
years ago, and therefore it's extremely. A lot of people will assume it's a love story just because, like, we cast a guy.
Now Rachel Zegler had a unique take on the classic Snow White story. She wanted to shake things up by ditching the prince. Yeah, no Prince Charming in this version. She thought it was time to give Snow White a modern twist where she isn't waiting around to be saved by a guy. Bold move, right? But not everyone was thrilled. Some fans, especially those who cherish the traditional fairy tale, were pretty upset. They want the story they grew up with, prince and all. Imagine you're sitting there thinking you're going to get that nostalgic happily ever after with the handsome prince and the lovely princess, but nope, instead you get a plot twist that ditches the romance. I can hear folks saying if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This change has definitely ruffled some feathers, sparking debates about whether classic should be changed at all. The drama doesn't stop with just the story changes. Fans have more beef with Disney over how they're switching up the whole look and feel of Snow White. First off, Disney decided to cast a Latina actress for the role of Snow White. Now this stirred up quite a conversation. Some people are all for this fresh take, celebrating the diversity, but others not so much. They feel like it's straying too far from the Snow White they know and love, who's famously white as snow. And it doesn't end there. Disney went ahead and changed the movie's name from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs to just Snow White. Why? Because, get this, the new movie is only featuring one dwarf character. Yep, just one. Fans are scratching their heads, wondering why even call it Snow White if you're going to change so much about it. It's like ordering a cheeseburger and getting a salad instead. You can almost hear people saying, "Hold up, Disney, what are you doing to our beloved fairy tales?" It's a hot topic, and everyone's got an opinion. Some are saying Disney is just trying to be too politically correct, and it's taking away from the story we all grew up with. Rachel Zegler didn't just stop at removing the prince from the story. She went on to call the traditional romantic plot outdated, even tagging the prince as a creepy stalker. That's a bold statement, right? It's like she's flipping the script on those old-school fairy tale vibes where the prince saves the day, but not everyone's cheering. Some fans are like, wait a minute, aren't these tales supposed to be about fantasy and escape? Why make the prince creepy? Enter Brett Cooper, the new Snow White under the Daily Wire's banner, who isn't just sitting back. She jumped right into the fray with a strong defense of the classic fairy tale love story. Brett's not having any of this modern take on the prince as a stalker. Her take resonated with a lot of folks who feel that fairy tales should stick to their roots. I mean, imagine watching your favorite childhood movies, and someone tells you everything you loved about them was all wrong. That's kind of jarring, right? And just when you thought it couldn't get more heated, the Daily Wire throws a curveball. They're making their own version of Snow White starring none other than Brett Cooper herself. Talk about a plot twist. They're saying, you want classic? We'll give you classic. This move has sparked a ton of excitement and curiosity. People are lining up online to see which Snow White will wear the crown better. Will it be Zegler's modern, princeless Snow White or Cooper's traditional fairy tale version? The debate is on. The plot thickens with the Daily Wire's version of Snow White, which sticks closer to the original fairy tale, setting the stage for a showdown with Disney's modernized take. Imagine two Snow Whites battling it out in the world of cinema. Now that's a movie in itself. The Daily Wire is playing it smart, going for that nostalgia factor, which could really pull in folks who miss the classic stories. This rivalry got so intense that Disney even pushed back their movie release from 2024 to 2025. Yeah, you heard that right. Seems like they're feeling the heat and maybe taking a step back to see how the wind blows. It's not every day that a giant like Disney decides to delay a big project like Snow White. Some are whispering that maybe Disney's trying to dodge a head-to-head battle at the box office or even rethinking some of their creative choices, and boy, has this stirred up a storm among fans. People are picking sides like it's some kind of fairy tale. In the sports league, on one side you've got fans who are all for Disney shaking things up, saying it's high time to ditch those dated stereotypes and give us a Snow White who doesn't need a prince to save her. On the other, there are loads of folks rooting for the Daily Wire's version, craving that sweet old-school magic where the prince sweeps Snow White off her feet. So what's it going to be? Are you in for a modern remake, or are you craving that classic fairy tale charm? This debate is far from over, and everyone's eager to see which Snow White will capture the audience's heart. Drop your thoughts below and let us know where you stand on this fairy tale. Face off, and hey, if you enjoyed this video and want to keep up with all the latest in movie news and more, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Woke Informant, and ring the bell so you never miss out on our discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.